vocab, the only thing we have for vocab is substitution. So we're going to do the same thing we did yesterday, except not graphing. This is all just using math. So if you don't have a graph paper, you can't graph lines, you can still solve this out. So we're going to solve the systems. If we have, we're doing a very easy one first. Those two equations. This one's already half done for you. When you're solving systems, you're trying to find an ordered pair. Trying to find what x equals and what y equals. What do we already know?
Y equals 5.
Y equals 5. So our answer, on ordered pair, we already have the 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to use substitution. Since you know what y is, do we really need to see this y?
No.
What should this y turn into?
Right.
That's your substitution. We know y equals 5, so change that to 5 equals x plus 2. There's your equation. Do we know how to solve a one-step equation?
Yes.
I sure hope so. What do I ask you guys to do? Why subtract 2? Because there's a positive 2, so we are going to subtract 2. What you do to the right? So 3 equals x. There's your solution. That was pretty easy.
So what happened? About work problem.
Oh, this is an easy one. You guys ready to try some?
No. Well.
Turn to your student page.
Wait, how do you do it again?
What is y?
Y equals 5.
So change y to 5. And then solve.
You might subtract 2 on both sides.
Yeah. Alright, student page, I am going to give you 3 systems. We have y equals 5 and y equals x plus 4. I'm going to solve that one. You are also going to solve y equals 7 minus x when you know that x is equal to 3. You will also solve x equals y plus 4. X is negative 3. Solve those 3 systems. Is he done now?
No. Very white.
Right.
Then we have to graph it at the end?
Does it say to graph?
I don't know.
Did I make you graph the last one? This one has nothing to do with graphing. It's all solving algebraically, which means you're not using those manipulatives. And we're not dancing in our chairs. We're not having seizures either. So you need to focus on your math.
That's what happens when you drink Starbucks.
I have some Starbucks.
The best market. Starbucks.
Oh no.
Both of these you forgot to put yours. Look at this. Okay. Which one's X? Which one's what? Look at this. Okay. Excuse me. That's not it. Change it to a 4. That second one's good. Now finish the last one. Fix the last one.
Wait, what? How do you solve for X and Y?
So they're the same both sides. So and some of you gave me answers, some of you did not. Are we done yet? Yes. Yeah, I gotta be lazy for once. You gotta come to me. The solution, the answer is the order pair.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Okay.
This is easy. Very hard. Wink.
Where's your order pair? That's gonna be the order pair. You sure? Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Which one?
I just thought I'd
Hey guys, your answers are to be set as ordered pairs. You want me to say that? Fine, that's not bad. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
I like it better now. We'll leave
Will do. Guys, don't let me forget I have something to pass out.
How much shall we?
No. Yes, yes, no. Okay, just put those two in. Where's your variable? What operation is it? You have a bath for it? Yeah. Where's your variable at? You can just move this right over. Where's your variable? Forward. This is not good. Thank you. You're getting about them. Oh, I'm making the same mistake. Excuse me. All right, 3, 2, 1. For the most part, you guys are doing great, except for problem number 3.
Number 3.
The third one I gave you guys. 3. You're done.
Wrong one. Sorry, wrong one.
I don't want yours. I want mine. Okay. So you're making a mistake on this third one. Set it up. We have x equals y plus 4. Which variable changes?
X.
Y.
Let's go first.
No, not the way.
No, why does the x change?
Oh, because X equals something.
You know what x equals. So x changes because you are substituting in -3 equals y plus 4. Everyone's doing this part great, but the next step you're messing up. You're ignoring those 5 questions I went over and over and over and over and over again the last unit.
What variable? What kind of variable?
Where is your variable?
No, right.
On the right.
So do you even look at the left right now?
Nope.
What's the next question?
Subtract 4.
What's my next question?
What's the one you see?
What operation do you see?
Addition.
What is the inverse?
Subtraction.
What are you going to subtract?
4.
Subtract 4. I'm seeing too many of you guys trying to subtract or add a 3. No, you go off the side of the variable because you can't just move the y to the opposite side. Subtract 4 from both sides. Are these the same or different signs?
Same.
What is -3 plus -4?
-7.
If you don't like it on the right-hand side, then you can rewrite it as y plus 4 equals -3. But you cannot just switch these two things around. Understood? There's a reason I ask the same 5 questions every single time.
You can move the order, or you can move the position.
You can switch sides completely. I can take your entire group and switch it with this entire group, and you'd still have the same groups. But I can't switch maps with Maria and expect everyone to work exactly the same way, can I? Luis,
I'm sorry, miss.
we already did find out. You are our example. We did not switch. My class goes to Mr. Stewart's classroom, and his classroom comes to mine. We switched what teacher you go to. So this answer, 3, 2, 1. What is the solution? Those are the easy ones because they give you one of the values.
So if we have to find out what.
All of these better be like this. If they're not,
Oh no, they're not all like this. Let's go. Okay, I'm done talking. How do you think you solve this solution or this system? Multiply what? No. Wouldn't you have to wait in that mathematics?
Wouldn't you have to turn the first one into like addition and the subtraction, like the 3 is gonna turn from?
3 plus -3.
Yeah.
You could, but I'm not worried about that right now. You started off going in a good direction, but I don't think you're quite there yet.
You have to solve that to get that.
Which one do you see a variable without a coefficient?
Why?
The first one or the second one?
First.
So let's get that variable completely by itself. Is the y isolated?
No.
Can we get it isolated?
Yeah.
How?
Subtracting.
It already says subtract 3x. Add 3x to both sides. So this cancels out, and you have y equals 3x minus 13. Do you now know what y equals?
Yeah.
Can we substitute in?
Yes.
You're just going to have a longer one. So you see how y is equal to 3x minus 3? This right here has to become 3x minus 3. Or minus 13, sorry, I'm saying the wrong number. So what we're going to do is under here, you're going to put 4x because it does not change. Plus 5, because it does not change, but now we hit the y. What does y equal?
3x minus 13.
Here's one of the reasons you need it in parentheses. Now it's just a very long equation. Where do you see the variable at?
Yeah.
On the left-hand side. We have one thing that's going to stop us from following those same questions I always ask. The parentheses. What does, if I just gave you this amount right here, what would you do? You would multiply, what is it called? Distribution. We're going to distribute that. So we are going to take, what is 5 times 3x?
15x.
So we have 15x. What is 5 times a negative 13?
Negative 65.
Negative 65. What happens to this 4x?
Right?
Well, right now we're just going to bring it down. 4x plus 15x minus 35 equals what? 11. Now, once you have this set up, and I want to see this line because, yes, Max, Alexis, you both said add it to 15x. You are correct. But I know what happens. It happens every year. You guys say you're going to add it, and then you get so busy into the problem and solving it that you forget to add it in. I want to see this whole line written out. So what is 4x plus 15x?
19x.
Now what? Why do we add 65? Because what, Alexis?
The variable is
If a variable is not by itself, what operation do you see? And what's the inverse?
distribution.
So we are going to add 65 to both sides. What do we end up with? Huh? Is that it? And then you are going to divide by that 19. Oh, we're not done.
X equals 8.
19 times 8.
Oh no, I got 9. That's how you get it after.
This calculator is right in front of you, dude.
Good.
They're in that container. What is 76 divided by 19?
4.
Do we know what x equals? Yes. Yeah, you could do a check, but I'm not taking the time for that right now. Do we know what y equals? So do we have our solution yet? No, we do know that the first part of our solution is that x is 4. Now we got to find that second part. Let's go back to right here. Y equals 3x minus 13. Can we substitute in again?
Yes, you get it.
What does x change to?
4. One.
What is 3 times 4?
4.
So y equals 12 minus 13. There's your solution. If you wanted to check, you would have to plug in up in this original, y is negative 1 minus 3 times 4. So negative 1 minus 3 times 4 is 12. Negative 1 minus 12 is negative 13. Does that work out? Does negative 13 equal negative 13? On this side, 4 times what?
4.
4 times 4 is? 5 times what?
Negative 1.
5 times negative 1 is? 16 plus a negative 5 is?
Yeah.
Does that work out? So you check. Okay?
There's so many steps.
There is. That's why I'm not going to make you guys do a check. Let's go to this student page.
Are we not problems like that?
How are you gonna find the? Yeah.
Max, will I give you a problem like that if you're not gonna do problems like that?
I don't know. Maybe sometimes.
Wait, student page?
Depends on how you.
Student page, just because that's where we're gonna have space.
Arby's.
Two x minus 3y equals negative 10. And 1 equals 4x plus y. Which one should you probably work with first? Why? Y doesn't have a coefficient. Can you get y by itself now? So how would you do that?
You subtract.
Subtract what? You now have negative 4x plus 1 equals y. Why does that help us? So we can put it in the other side. 2x minus 3. What goes next to the 3? Not 4x.
Negative 1.
Negative 4x plus 1 equals negative 10.
What is 4x minus negative 4x?
No, this was the. I subtracted 4x from both sides, so this one would cancel out. Now what?
Multiply.
What are we distributing? Is it 3 or is it negative 3? It is negative 3. So, what is negative 3 times negative 4x?
12.
Positive 12x. What is negative 3 times 1?
Negative 3.
You still have that 2x equals negative 10. What would we do at this point? What's 2x plus 12x?
14x.
How?
I added.
Now what do we have? Why is it negative 7, not 13?
Because you're adding positive 3.
Okay, so they're different signs. Now what? Well, you could, or you could just do a fraction. Can 7 over 14 simplify? Can 7 over 14 simplify? By what? How many times does 7 go to 7? How many times does 7 go to 14? Negative 1 half. Why do we care about x equals negative 1 half?
Because we have to use it on the other side.
Got to use it on the other side. So negative 4, what does x change into?
Negative 1 half.
What's a negative times a negative?
Positive.
What is half of 4?
2.
What's 2 plus 1? 3. What is our solution?
Negative 1 half. And then 3. I'm confused. There's so many steps.
For real.
Yeah, me too.
You have to get a variable by itself so that we can substitute it. Okay, it is a process. All right. So here's what I want you guys to do. I'm going to give you a homework. We're probably going to take 2 days on this because Alexis did ask at the very beginning a very good question. What about word problems? And several of you guys are going, it's a lot of steps and you look like you're scared you're going to forget half of it. We're going to take 2 days. So right now, what I want you guys to do, homework. On page 427. 1 through 6. Nope. 1 through 6. That's what I want you working on. Not yet.
I think we have the.
That's it.